Shalom. Call like how about you know, so I just got in not too long ago. I was just scrolling through some news, checking on a little business stuff, seeing what's going on around the world. I just happened to come across this stuff with this guy, Sean Jackson, which I'm sure he's seen some Israelite videos. He probably passed by some of the camps and whatever region he been in. If I'm mistaken, I think he played for Philadelphia Eagles. As a matter of fact, let me fact check that before I get into this. Yep, the Eagles. He played for the Eagles. So basically, in this clip, in this picture, I'm gonna go back to the picture. I want to read his message first. It say, anyone who feels I have hate towards the Jewish community, which the Jewish people, they're not the real Jews. They wish they was a Jew, and that's basic terminology. You look at the word ish. Now let's look this word up. Let's go into the words again. Ish, suffix meaning. Now I say ish, a suffix used to form adjectives from nouns with a sense of belonging to. British, Danish, English, Spanish, having after the manner of having the characteristics of like. Now I mean they are. I mean they like it. Like you say somebody babyish. Now I mean they're babyish. I mean it's just acting like a baby. We got another example, girlish. You see some of these niggas be acting real girlish. Like nigga, you acting real girlish. That don't mean they're a girl. They just acting real girlish. They got mullish on it. It says addicted to, inclined, attending to, bookish, freakish. A lot of the stuff that go on in Babylon is real freakish. It says near or about 50ish, 70ish, because you have a lot of people, they don't want to claim their age. They get up in age and they be like, well, I'm 50ish, I'm 70ish, whatever. You know, that's just what they do. But that's the words. You know, that's basic wording, I should say. Stuff that you learn in elementary school, man. And people so simple. In the message, he basically pointed out exactly what they did to him just for posting this. They said, well, let me read on some more. You got people posting little random stuff in the comments. Say they all backtrack after they found out his admiration for Louis Farrakhan tells right. And Farrakhan, he set up any goddamn way. He don't got the truth. He don't know. He knows certain stuff, but he ain't gonna come out and break down everything like that. Because he into that Islam stuff. We not Islamic. That Islam stuff belong to Ishmael. When you're reading the scriptures and they talk about the different sons. Ishmael, that was part of his blessing. That's why he got his own little thing that he worship or whatever. Yeah, people posting stuff and say it won't stop the Eagles or the NFL to respond to this. I think Deshaun could face a fine. It says, yeah, right. How were we supposed to take it then? Because you got these fucking Edomites, man. They proud as fuck, so they don't want Jake to speak about this because this actually our history, this our heritage. And you got people posting stuff. I think people say it was a fake quote, but that still doesn't excuse it. They say simple reply to this BS. Take action, NFL Eagles. So they doing exactly, and people want exactly what he put out in the message. Right here. Now he backtracked because niggas they get their little goodies from Esau and little status or whatever. They don't want to lose that shit. So they had their advisors, the people that do their presses and all that stuff, are having like, hey man, go take that statement down. Oh, don't post that up. You're gonna mess up your endorsements or whatever little shit they got going on. And then they come back with some shit like this. So he said, anyone who feels I have hate towards the Jewish community took my post the wrong way. I have no hatred in my heart towards no one. Equality. Hey, them Amalekites, they don't feel like they're equal to us. Matter of fact, they be trying to look down on us. Now, if you approach them in a manner knowing that you're a real Jew, they'll show some respect because they know like, oh, hey, this ain't no average dude that don't know who the hell he is. I've been around them Amalekites. I know how the fuck they get down. They're a bunch of damn rats and snakes any damn way. I'm gonna go into the scripture because they talking about hate. The most I hate, and what he pointed out is exactly what the fuck he gonna do. Now I said Hitler said, which you have people that be talking about, oh, Hitler did this and did. Hey man, he was tied in with them Amalekites too. That's why he did what he did with the elites. with all them so-called royal families. Now it says, because the white Jews know that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep Americans secret, the Jews will blackmail America, which they do. You bring this information out just so you got some type of status or whatever, just like how he did. You got people posting stuff, people just mad because it's the truth. And he's right, it is the truth. If you read the scriptures and all the curses and the characteristics, it explains going into Israel, the different tribes, all the way from Judah all the way down to Issachar. Like they say, if the shoe fit, wear it, and it definitely fit us. And whenever we bring out something about Amalek, if it wasn't true, they wouldn't get offended. But if the shoe fit, wear it. You read on some more, it says, it's supposed to say they, but it say, thee will exhort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were. Now, let me get a scripture real quick. I'm going to this. I brought this out recently. And he right. This was their whole scheme was because they read the history. They knew. Close some of this stuff down. I had some other stuff going on up here. Try to clear up a little space. But yeah, they knew. As long as they kept us from knowing the name, because you got to know the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, knowing who we come from, where we come from, and the customs that we used to keep, which were beneficial to our livelihood. They know as long as they strip that away from us, the Most High would be pissed off with us. But what they forgot was prophecy still had to be fulfilled, and it was going to be certain people that woke up to who they were, to know the names. Like I say, there's a scripture that says, surely the Lord doeth nothing or revealeth his secret unto the servants and the prophets. So, certain information is revealed. They can't stop that. It's just going to come out how it's supposed to come out. I'm going to read this, the back of what he's saying. It says, they will restore America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were. The elect know who they are now. It's the elect. I could say that, which I ain't 100% sure because I ain't the one monitoring the 144,000 and all the people that's supposed to be sealed. But the way it's still moving, it could be highly close. Anyway, it says in the book of Psalms, chapter 83, in verse 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. I'm going to read on down. In verse 1, it says a song of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies, because we do have enemies, which niggas over here, they forgot, because they got their goodies and stuff. They say, thine enemies make a tumult, I should say. It says, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And these Amalekites, they hate us. They don't even want us in their neighborhoods, in their areas. Ain't that some shit? And they the fucking, the scum of the scum. The chief house of Esau. They just got a so-called class now. And who taught them that? That's why they call themselves Jewish, because they know about the real Jews. They know about the customs that we kept, how we carried ourselves. Now it says in verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's exactly what they say right here. It says their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were. We know who we were now, so you damn devils that be monitoring these videos and stuff, because they have people that watch this stuff and little secret people that subscribe to your active channels and stuff. That's what they do. It ain't gonna work, man. The jig is up, so to speak. We read on some more though. It says the white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. And that's why certain videos just came up. You had a lot of Edomites. They was bowing down and crying and saying, "Oh, forgive us, Father," because they know, especially down south. I've been around some of them pastors and some of them scholars and stuff, and I just go, talk to them and hold conversations with them and see what they know, and let them know, like, hey, like I remember, I never forget, I went to this one church, and I was playing ball in there, whatever, and I pulled the pastor to the side. I was like, hey man, who the real Jews are? You know the real tribe of Israel? And he looked at me, his eyes got all big. He was like, yeah, I know. I was like, they around you right now. He asked me, he was like, how you know this stuff? And see, that information, they don't want us to know that. But hey, the Most High set it up so we can know. I'm gonna read on some more. This part right here was highlighted, but this bottom part was really should have been highlighted. It said they will fear God will destroy them as He destroyed Egypt for doing the same thing. So the elite, which is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers, the Noble, all the different little families or whatever that's in power that run the banks in these different continents. They know this stuff. That's why they ain't building them bunkers and space stations and space hotels for no reason. They know about how Yahweh Bashan y'all shall get down. They know how Yahweh caused that destruction. He used the elements and caused plagues to come. And after this, I'm gonna make a little follow-up video too about a plague I just found out about. I was looking at the news on the way home. I was trying to see what else was going on because hey, stuff popping up back to back to back. So gotta watch and be on top of it. It says the Illuminati keeps this a secret at all costs. That's why they getting on his head about this, because they ain't want him to bring this out. And you got these Edomites. They say if a white player posted anything like this about the black community, there will be immediate demand for the Black Lives Matter movement. And you know what, man? Fuck that Black Lives Matter movement, because we not black. People so silly and simple. They had Jake running around with them damn shirts on, talking about Black Lives Matter. Ain't no, and that shit that ain't nothing but a ploy for them to push that training movement shit and all the other bullshit they want to push. That's what that's about. It ain't about no black people, because we ain't even black anyway. We come from Yasha Allah, and they know this. But as long as they can blackmail, like they say right here, they will blackmail, pay people off, and make them do little shit. So when they bring something out, they're like, oh, remember you did such and such. They got some people. They got some stuff on here. It says, "I'll be glad when the world protects black people the way Jewish people are protected. We went through a Holocaust." Well, see, hey, people want the wrong people to protect them, man. These are. Let me go back to the scripture. These are our enemies. Your enemies ain't gonna fucking protect you. And it says in verse 2, it says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against our people and consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation." That's why in the United Nations, don't nobody be in there speaking for us. And you best believe they be in there scheming on how they can keep us under while they be on top. They even got Ham in there. Them Hamites, which you would call the Africans today, which descend from Ham and Cush. They be in there. Ain't nobody in there speaking for us though. And that says that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they are consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom, which is the main ones. Ishmaelites, which people in Islam, especially our people, they so bugged out, they don't even know that's Ishmael stuff. The Ishmaelites of Moab, the Chinese people, the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon, the Japanese people, and Amalek, which go back to the house of Edom, also, or the house of Esau. The Philistines, which those are the actual real Africans over there from the land of Ham, but the inhabitants of Tyre. It says, Assur also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, doing to them as unto the Midianites. And if you read that story, which I ain't gonna go all the way into it right now, the Midianites got wiped the fuck out. Now it says, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor, they became as dung for the earth. And you know how it should be when it be on the ground. You ever see a dog drop some dung on the ground, and after a while, it just perish. And it just go back into the earth. Verse 11 said, "Make them nobles," which that's where you get the Nobel Prize from, the guy that was behind creating the missiles and stuff. Which that's another topic for later. It says, "Make the nobles like Orab and like Zaab." Yeah, all the princes like Zabah and there's Zalmunna, who said, "Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession," which they did that. It says, "Oh my power made them like a wheel, as the stove before the wind, as the fire burning for wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. And the Most High gonna do that, man. It says in verse 16, fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name, because you got to know the name. O Yahweh. It says, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish, that man may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. And that's going to happen, man. And that's basically what this little clip say. It says, after I die one day, because World War III, just by this message, will be like planting a seed in people's mind until it sprouts. Once they nurture that seed and seek more truth and learn Hitler was right, which is damn devil, he was right. And them so-called elites and the Illuminati, they know about this information. You got other people, yeah, Hitler was right, because he knew. You got people post stuff like this and say, I don't support what he said. Because you're a double-minded nigga saying something like that. He said, I don't support what he said. Well, why is the U.S. still sending billions of dollars of aid each year to Israel? Because they do that. But he's not wrong. He said, damn, they wasn't lying when they say the truth hurts. Don't shoot the messengers. Take the message and go. And people want this guy. They basically want to blacklist this guy. I won't be surprised if they try, like they got him, oh, he's canceled. Cut him. They want him to get cut from the Eagles. And you know he been looking at the videos because he got his beard out. He ain't been trimming his beard, been letting his grow. People know, man. You got people saying, well, I hope the Eagles cut him too. But he posted a backup quote saying equality, which was foolish because these people don't care about equality, man. And the Most High, matter of fact, let me go back into this. The Most High ain't created us to be equal with everybody. That's another issue with our people because they forgot how great we were. It's in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And Deuteronomy breaks down to a T who we are and why we go through what we go through, because our people are always questioning and crying about, well, why God do this to us and why we go through all this stuff. Hey, here you go to answer right here. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. It says, and it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh, thy power, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh, thy power, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And that's why we not above all nations of the earth, because we wasn't doing what we were supposed to do. We supposed to be an example, how to carry ourselves, how you should carry yourself, how you should deal with your brother, your neighbor, which is also your brother, or your family members or whatever, people of your nation. But you got our people killing each other, wiping each other the fuck out, scheming on each other, men sleeping with other man and woman. The list goes on, man. Everything basically contrary to the commandments. Our people do. And that's why we at the bottom. When really we supposed to be above all nations of the earth, like the scripture said. So we not equal, man. Ain't no equal shit. That don't even make no sense. Ain't nothing in nature equal. Everything got its place. You got the top and you got the bottom. That's just what it is. Let me go into some more precepts. Oh yeah, here go another good one right here. I'll come back to it so I can go do some more. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 13. It says, and the Lord Yahweh shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only. And that's going to happen. That's going to come to pass. It says, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh thy power, which I command thee this day, to observe and do them. And then you have niggas to be talking about the law done away with. That's why people in these conditions now, because they don't practice keeping the laws, the dietary laws, keeping the Shabbat. taking care of your household. Which, hey, especially with the men, 'cause I be getting on the women, to how wicked they ass be. You know, these niggas, they be wicked too. They be getting a woman pregnant, running off, don't take care of their household. The scriptures clearly say, man, if a man take care, not if a man don't take care of his household, he's worse than an infidel. But yeah, let me get that. Now I come back to this. Cause, and that's part of the reason why a lot of people jacked up too. Cause first of all, they don't practice keeping these commandments and seek Yahweh Shem Rashah. Cause in doing that, you would know one of the main things is to take care of your household and take care of your own. Now, in First Timothy chapter 5 verse 8, it says, "But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith and is worse than an infidel." And that's why a lot of these niggas be bugged out, man, doing all them drugs and shit, sitting around not knowing what's going on. Because most I got them bugged out and got them running around like an infidel. Now, let me go into the definition of the word infidel. Now, definition just goes into say a person who does not accept a particular faith, especially Christianity, I don't believe it, especially a Muslim or whatever, which they ain't got nothing to do with what I'm really trying to look for. I'm trying to find the actual definition. But basically, it just goes into a faithless person. Let me go into it even more. It's just a person who does not believe in religion or adheres to a religion other than one's own. Then you have a lot of people, they wear crosses on their neck or get certain tattoos or whatever. Talk about they believe in the Bible, which they don't even really read it, because if they did, they would clean up their act a little bit more. And mainly the men, because it all started with Yahweh, then Yahweh Shah, then it go down to the man, then the woman, then the children. So if you ain't taking care of your responsibilities, of course, a lot of people are going to be jacked up and bugged out, because as a man, you're supposed to enlighten your women and guide them and let them know that they're going off and they're supposed to be doing better than what they're supposed to be doing. And it'll trickle down to the kids. But most of these dudes, they don't be trying to do that, man. They don't even be trying to enlighten their women. And then a lot of women, on top of that, they don't even want to hear about that anyway, because they so bugged out and ran through and polluted. And they got on different seeds in them and different spirits running through them. You tell them about getting right, they going to flee. When you tell them about doing something wrong, they all ears. You know, I ain't going to go too much into that. Let me go back into what I was looking for. And if I could do it around me, you talk about the blessing of obedience, because that's all the Most High want, man. He'll give us everything. What you gonna give us anyway through the elect, because the elect gonna end up overcoming all this, and then the rest of Israel gonna be brought back through the loins of the elect. That's why it says a little one should become a small nation, and so on and so on. Because a lot of people, they gonna get jacked up too, man. These heathens, they gonna get judged too. Well, a lot of people, they gonna get judged right along with them, because they want to join hand in hand with them. So they gonna get the same treatment. But in verse 12, I'm gonna jump over real quick. It says, "The Lord Yahweh will open the heavens, His abundant storehouse, to send rain on your land this season, and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but borrow from none." Only if we was obedient, man. But now people, they gotta go get bank loans, student loans, car loans, house loans, all this other stuff, man, just because they want to keep these commandments. I'm gonna put some more precepts and I'm gonna end this off. And a lot of people be talking about that equality shit too. They forgot that the one that they call God flooded the earth and left 8 people alive. That don't sound like somebody that is talking about equality either. No, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 26, verse 19. It says, but yeah, I'm going to read up. In verse 18, we're going to that. So book of Deuteronomy chapter 26, verse 18, it says, and Yahweh have avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, as he hath promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments, and to make thee high above all nations, not equal, above, it said, which he hath made and praised in his name and in honor, and that thou mayest be a holy people unto Yahweh thy power, as he hath spoken. But our people, they want to be equal, man. They don't want to be above. They don't want to be royal. They don't want to be upper echelon, so to speak. The elect want to be there. And that's why the Most High set it up the way he set it up. I'm going to. Because the elect cry, damn, I ain't about this stuff like this. Hey, could this guy be a part of the elect? Hey, on Yahweh Shem Shana. Because he could be somebody to be a help. He might help some brothers out or whatever. You know, I don't know his personal background like that. But it says, in the scriptures, hey, you give a prophet something to drink, you receive a prophet's reward. So you're helping out certain men or whatever. You might not be no prophet. You might not have visions and stuff of being to the scriptures that heavy like that. But if you help contribute to their well-being, the Most High don't forget that. Now it's in the book of Luke, chapter 18, verse 7. It says, and shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? Is he going to avenge us? He ain't going to just let them keep ruling, pushing out chemicals in the water, in the food, like in GMO foods, spraying chemtrails. Over the weekend of the 4th of July, I went outside, which I knew they was going to be doing that shit because they know everybody was outside partying and barbecuing and shooting fireworks and shit. They were spraying chemtrails the whole time. You ain't gonna let them just keep doing that, man. They ain't gonna keep going on for another 20, 30 years. Now it says, we'll read on down to verse 8 and go through this. It says, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth? A lot of this stuff that's about to take place, most people, they're going to start questioning, like, is it really a God or whatever? I had a bunch of people come to me about that. Like, if it's a God, why did this happen or whatever? Hey, the answer's right here in the scriptures, man. It ain't rocket science. It's right here in the scriptures. If a person blinded them, I don't care how much they read, they ain't going to get it. Let me see what else I'm going to pull out of this. Hold on 1 minute, let me find this last scripture just to end this up. No, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna go back to that one, but that one what I was looking for. This the one I was looking for. That's in the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, "Whereas Edom said, We are impoverished, but we will return and build a desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have aimed the nation forever." So even though He letting them rule and do all this stuff right now, hey, they judgment coming, man. It's gonna happen when that third woe comes, because it's gonna gather all them over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and He's gonna judge all them different nations over there. They did what they did to our people, but they all had a hand in it. They ain't innocent, and they gonna get jacked up. Now, in the book of Second Chronicles, I'm gonna end this off of this. I don't want to make this too long. I just happened to see this, and it kind of, I won't say it kind of, it fired me up a little bit, just seeing how you bring the truth out, true articles, true clips or whatever. Then you have people posting all this other stuff talking about hate speech or whatever. Hey, but the scriptures say the most I hate. Jacob I love, Esau I hated. And that's why they don't want to be Esau, because they know what Esau got coming for them. Now, this the mindset our people should be, be in right here. That's the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 8. It says, "Now be not stiff-necked as your fathers were, but yield yourselves unto Yahweh, and enter into the sanctuary, which He has sanctified forever, and serve Yahweh your power, that the fierceness of His wrath may turn away from you." And that's what you want, man. I'm sure you people don't feel some extra hot water if you dealt with any type of metal, making a forging metal, you felt that flame or whatever, you touched a light or something, whatever type of little hot stuff you felt. Hey man, if anybody in their right mind don't want to feel them nukes when they shot off, when this third will happen, you want to try to do everything you can get, everything possible to get on the right side of Yahweh Shem Shah. So you don't feel that wrath, because that's what's coming, man. They knew it back then, and they know it now. They ain't building them bunkers thousands of feet underground for no reason. The Lord's witness is edifying. Call out Yahweh Shem Shah. Shalom to the left.